Mewtwo Welder is a deck that has existed for quite some time and saw a resurgence earlier this year, but with more and more VMAX Pokemon being released, especially with Vivid Voltage, is a deck that relies solely on GX Pokemon still relevant? Well, this list from Dax finished third at a recent tournament, and it includes the new Jirachi, this one with Dreamy Revelation. Basically, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, put the other on top, so it's really good for just helping you draw some cards. And it also has the Galarian Sirfetch'd, that one. You put it into the active, you can move all the fighting energy to it, so you can do 200 damage, hit Eternatus for weakness, and that's pretty good. Though you do have to manually attach 3 Aurora Energy before Sirfetch'd will actually be a factor. Otherwise, you're relying on these GX Pokemon to power up your Mewtwo and Mew, and I mean, this is going to be the first of a few different builds that feature Mewtwo and Mew, so let's see how Welder Mewtwo is doing as we near the end of 2020. Since I'm a Welder deck, and it looks like I'm playing against a Welder deck, I definitely want to go second. Scorch is interesting if that's what they're playing. But it'd be pretty funny if it was a mirror match, though. I don't know. And if I had to guess, I'd say this was an account created this year, and they're playing this. Okay, so the problem with this deck that I noticed is that it doesn't play any way to get your fire energy back. So if they use Full Metal Wall and Crushing Hammer, and they use it to their full effects at the right times, there's not a whole lot that I can do. But if they don't put down a basic, I can Gengar and Mimikyu. I just need to find, I will need to find an Aurora Energy. So that would be tough. But if they don't do anything, what will happen is they'll Intrepid Sword. They'll fill up their hand even more. Okay, they have a basic. Never mind. I was thinking the Gengar Mimikyu play would be super crazy, but oh. Okay, so it's ADP. I thought it was Lucario Metal, but no, it's ADP, so that is interesting. And they're playing the Aurora Energy. I don't think this deck plays Crushing Hammer or even an attack that bumps energy, so that is tough. And, okay, so can I knock this thing out? If I get Reshiram, I think I can, but I'll have to waste my GX attack. Well, Sirfetch'd isn't going to come into play, so I think I Cherish Ball. I go get... Oh, yeah, okay. I was thinking, oh no, this doesn't play Reshiram. It plays Reshiram, so that's good. And then they would have to hit into it, and I can use Outrage. So I think I get Reshiram, and unfortunately I'll have to lose a boss's orders. Most likely. Okay, so I'll do that. Sorry, I was all prepared to play, a Mewtwo and Mew deck, and then I have to immediately switch and play a Reshiram deck. So this is going to get interesting. I just want to increase my chances of getting what I need. So I'll Dreamy Revelation, see what I get. There's a Hearth, that's perfect. And there's a bosses on top of my deck, and I will be getting rid of that. So, oh, that's kind of tough though. Okay, so I'll Air Balloon, I will do that. I have to Hearth away something. Well, I guess I could just go for Dreamy Revelation and hope that, well, there you go. And just hope that the card underneath boss's orders is a Welder or something, and that's exactly what happened. So I am going to be using my GX attack now, which isn't ideal, and the Hearth actually isn't going to come into play, which is kind of hilarious. So I will use Double Blaze, and the good thing about taking this knockout is, I do have to be aggressive because they're going to use Altered Creation, and I have some really easy prizes there. So I will do 230 with Flare Strike. Okay, that's fine. I'll do 230 with Flare Strike. They can't knock me out. And then I will knock them out with Outrage or something. Unfortunately, I will still be losing all that energy and I can't get it back. But then it's just a matter of knocking out his Zacian afterwards. So I think I'll just hold the hand. I could Flare Strike the Zacian, but that seems like a bad idea, doesn't it? Or do I just go for the Zacian because it's the biggest threat? Because ADP maxes out at 180 damage. That's not that worrying, but they can ping Dedennes and Crobats, but they're putting a Dedenne down. So all I need to do is switch. So yeah, this is easy. I just boss's orders the Zacian, find a way to get a switch, and then Flare Strike the Dedenne, and that's it. And my Mewtwo deck is just a Reshiram deck. Oh, Okay, they abandoned that completely. So if I can get a basic Pokemon, this game changes immensely and I can't get a basic Pokemon. So I'll just do that. Okay, so this is all my energy. I prize 2 fire energy. Please give me a welder. Nope. Please give me a welder. Nope. Okay, so I guess I have to go after... I mean, if I go after this, that's bad. But they didn't use Altered Creation, so I'm going to have that extra turn. So I think I knocked that out. I use Outrage. I just hold all my energy. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. They definitely changed their game plan. But now I'm going to have an extra turn. I need to get some things. There's more energy. Please don't tell me it's just energy. Oh, no. This is horrible. Okay, so they're going to knock out my Reshiram, go down to 3 prizes. And then they'll probably use Altered Creation, if I had to guess, because that's a smart move. And there's no way I'm getting this Reshiram back, so I can't do that. They're probably... They can't have any more energy. Oh no, they have lots of energy. Okay. So, are they going to put water on the Dedenne? Yep, okay, so they might be low on energy and they just have to hope for Metal Saucer, but I can't. This is the negative side of this deck is... okay, let's see what happens. I guess I Dreamy Revelation first. There's Eldegoss, so that can get me a welder, so that's good. But I have to welder to somebody that isn't who I want it to be. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so I guess what I do is I welder to the Eldegoss. And oh, this is hilarious. Okay, so I welder to the Eldegoss and then use Float Up. And then just hope that one of these cards is good. Okay, well there's a card. And yeah, so I can I win next turn? If they put enough damage on the Mewtwo and Mew, I can use Outrage. But that's about it. So I do not feel good about my chances of winning this game, but hey, let's see what happens, right? Yes, I would like to put it back in my deck. And the other benefit is that now I have energy in my deck, because I had literally all of my energy in my hand previously. Oh, that's not good. Now the Crushing Hammers come into play. There's Tails. I'm going to guess they have at least one more. There's bosses, so oh, that's not smart. That is not smart at all. Do not hit into this Mewtwo and Mew unless you can take the knockout. So you need Vitality Band or Galarian Zigzagoon. Do not hit into this unless you can take the knockout. Oh, and they haven't even used Altered Creation. So what is their game plan here? I'm very confused as to what they're trying to accomplish here, because they didn't use Altered Creation. I just need to knock out a Dedenne for game. They can put 230 on the Mewtwo and Mew, but then I just use Outrage and I win. They can put 150 on it, but then I just use Boss's Outrage on a Dedenne and I win. So I'm not quite sure what they can do at this point to win other than, reset stamp me and hit me with the ADP. And they're coming up with ADP, so... And that's just game. That's pretty cool. A Mewtwo and Mew deck that just rocked with Reshiram and Charizard for a little bit, and then it uses Outrage to knock out a Dedenne for game. That's pretty cool. And yeah, it's rare that ADP doesn't use Altered Creation, but they made a decision. I don't know if it was right or wrong. I don't know if I had the win, sort of locked up early on, but they made the decision to forego Altered Creation. I don't know if that made their path easier or more difficult, but it's a win. Reshiram's the MVP. Let's see if Mewtwo's the MVP next time. I lost the coin flip, but they let me go second. That's pretty good. And I'm starting Mewtwo. That's also good. And there was a certain point in time where this would have been, oh, I'm definitely facing Tapu Bulu and Vikavolt. But now I think this is just like Parasect and Vikavolt. Okay. So it's probably the Parasect Vikavolt deck. I played it in a video previously, but they never actually got up and running. That doesn't... Oh, it's Pikarom. So They just went with like, they have an Eldegoss, I'm assuming, is their grass Pokemon. So they have Crushing Hammer. That could be annoying. Okay, so I don't want to lose things. I do need a Pokemon though. So I think I just Welder and see what happens. Because I got nothing going on. I still got nothing going on. Okay, so I will ditch a... I can't really lose a Dedenne. I can knock out the Boltund just by GXing it, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Because I'd put Reshizard down. I can't use Poltergeist. I can't really do anything. Realistically, the only thing I can do is knock out the Boltund. It's just I won't be able to use Flare Blitz, and that knocks out a Pikarom. So I'm kind of at a tough spot here because the options available to me are not very good, but, you know, let's go with Reshizard. Okay, now the question is, do I get rid of Reshizard or do I put it down? I think I put it down because, I mean, it's not going to be weak to anything, so let's just do that. That, and yeah, just knock it out and see what happens. So I don't really like that move. I would have liked to have hit into, you know, the Pikarom or just played it safe, but my hand is not very good. You know, I would have had to use Dedenne to get rid of all my good cards. Again, the deck does not play a way to get back your energy. So that is really tough when you're facing a deck that plays Crushing Hammer. You have to prepare and you have to play conservatively because this deck plays 13 energy. And if you have to get rid of your own energy, you're just helping your opponent. So I have to play a little conservatively. I would like to bosses that Dedenne, and then I just have to knock out a 2-prizer for game because Thunder Mountain doesn't exist. So getting an attack with this Pikarom this turn is going to be extremely difficult for my opponent. They'll have to retreat it to the bench with a... Okay, that's interesting. Unless they have energy switch, they should have switched into Dedenne. Because they do have an energy down there. That was interesting that they didn't just switch into Dedenne and then... Okay, that's fine. This is why I play conservatively. So I do have the Hearth. As long as I don't play a Chaotic Swell, I do have a knockout. I basically have the game... I basically win. Because I can just bosses that, and that's it. And I can't remember if this deck... Oh, I can't. Okay, so if they... I actually... Believe it or not, I want them... Okay, that's not what I want them to do. I said I was going to want them to use Full Blitz, because if they use Full Blitz, I can do 180 damage and knock one of these out. Are they just going to... Okay, so they are going to do it. So they got it. They got the energy switch attached combo. Okay. So now I can just... Okay, I see. Oh, that's fine. That's slightly annoying, but it's fine. Because I don't believe that another Boltund is gonna... I mean, they can just... Oh, they're going for a Tag Bolt. So if they... No, that doesn't really matter, does it? I don't really care if they use Tag Bolt, do I? Because of that. And what I think I'm going to do... I mean, do I want to 10,000 IQ them? I can 10,000 IQ them, and that would just be hilarious. You know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it a little crazy. I'm going to see if they go after and take the bait with the Dedenne. And I'll just do that, and I will outrage, and I'll see if they take the bait. Because that would just be hilarious if they take the bait, and I just win because I bench a Dedenne and I bait them into doing this. Otherwise, this was just a stupid move, but I think it's kind of funny. And something I didn't talk about in the first game is that I really think Incineroar GX belongs with Mewtwo and Mew. Oh, man. Okay. I guess that ruins everything. Because my plan was they'll take 5 prizes, go down to 1 prize, and then I reset stamp them. But of course, they had to ruin my fun. So I basically just cost myself the game by doing that. Yeah, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so they'll do some things. I can't win. They're just gonna full blitz. Okay, that's fine. So I should not have put the Dedenne down. I shouldn't have tried to be funny. I can still win. It's just I'm an idiot. So I'll put Dedenne up front. They'll probably use Tag Bolt, but at least they can't paralyze. Okay, so that's good. I can't put anyone else down because they would just knock it out. So I will do that. There's Crobat, so I can't put anyone else down, but I have to put Crobat down, and then if they have bosses, they just win. Because, again, I'm an idiot. So I do that. Yeah, I guess I just... Because it's a game-losing situation if I do that. So I think I just play it safe. I rearrange my deck. So at this point, I think, you know, if they use Tag Bolt, they have to put damage on the Reshizard. If they put damage on the Reshizard, then I can outrage the Dedenne for game. And I would also be in range of the Tapu Koko because they do, what, 170? And then plus 30, so that'd be 200 on the Tapu Koko. Oh, don't tell me they got the energy switch. No, because they attach, so they would need 2 energy switch. That would be tough. There's switch. So they're taking... Oh, they got tag switch. Okay, so they... I'm an idiot. I should never have put that Dedenne down. I should have saved the Dedenne because... Oh, and that's just game. So they 10,000 IQ'd me. I actually might have lost this game anyways, to be perfectly honest, just because I didn't quite have it anyway. So this might have been a loss regardless of my play because I would have needed too many things to take the knockout. So, because this deck doesn't play Great Catcher. It does not play Great Catcher, so I wouldn't have been able to do what I wanted to do anyways. So I think I lose that regardless, which is kind of funny. And it goes back to that first turn. I did not want to knock out that Boltund. I wanted to knock out the Pikarom the following turn with Charizard-GX, but I was not drawing well. So I went with the best, information available to me. So I was hesitant to knock out that Boltund because I knew that this deck had a chance of making a huge comeback. It did. I was punished. But I don't think putting the Dedenne down actually lost me the game. I think it was just a stupid play for no reason. But I don't think it actually cost me the game. I think they just beat me. I think it's as simple as that. They had the right cards. They had the right combo. I tried to be a little funny. Didn't work. But I think they just won anyway. So let's go to game 3. My opponent chose to go first. And I think they're playing Eternatus. And if... a couple of things look a little bit different. It's that because between games 2 and 3, it's been a day. I tried to film yesterday. I got game 3. It was against Charizard and Braixen. Yes, Charizard and Braixen. And I got absolutely destroyed. They had Power Plant. They reset stamped me into nothing at the worst time. They just had everything to counter my deck. And it was horrible. And I just watched it back when I was editing. And I didn't like the game. So I decided I'll just reshoot it. Hopefully I'll face a VMAX deck, and I did. I faced Centiskorch VMAX. Oh. Okay, so I do need the Sirfetch'd. The Sirfetch'd is going to be pretty big, so I'll just get that. How can I take a quick knockout? Vileplume is how I take a quick knockout. I think I will put the Gengar Mimikyu in the discard as well, because that gives me another option. And then I'll quick ball for, I guess, Crobat. So I'll put the Sirfetch'd down. I will attach the Aurora Energy. I'll get rid of that. I will go for Crobat, or do I just go for Dedenne? Because how many bosses do I have? I have 0. But I do have Eldegoss. So do I just go for Dedenne or do I go for Crobat? If I get Crobat, I do have a free retreater, but I also would really, really like to take this knockout, and if I whiff an energy, I don't take the knockout. But I do have 2 Cherish Ball, 3 Quick Ball, I have 2 Hearth, a Welder. There's no way I whiff it, right? There's absolutely no way I whiff it, and I could knock out the Krogunk. That might actually be smarter. Actually, no. I'm doing 180, so I can knock out the Crobat. Yeah, what am I thinking? Give me an energy and that's a knockout. There. Oh, I attached. That's the issue. I was like, oh, I totally got it. What am I thinking? Okay, well, I'll just do it next turn and... Oh, that was a mistake. I was like, oh, I can just bosses and Welder in the same turn. I'm so smart, but I mean, the GX doesn't really make a difference because the GX isn't, you know, great in this matchup. And I do need to take... I do need to prepare. I need to say I'm taking this knockout and then they're not going to be able to knock me out. So the Milotic's useless. I got the Hearth. The Reshiram, I mean, anything with 270 or less hit points is not good. And I do actually want another Aurora Energy, just so I can eventually maybe attack with Sirfetch'd. So Milotic's useless. Let's get somebody. I got Jirachi, I got Marshadow. Vikavolt won't really matter, so I think I just put the Jirachi down. And then Dedenne. Because I'm waiting to that. That doesn't matter. I think I can get rid of that. I do have another Mewtwo Mew, so yes, let's just Dedenne and let's hope for an Aurora Energy. There it is. Alright, so I can get rid of this Jirachi. Who do I want the energy to go on, though? Do I just want to put it on the Sirfetch'd and say it's totally happening? Because there's no really other good candidate other than Mewtwo and Mew, but I don't want to put it on the Mewtwo and Mew, so there you go. I guess I'll just ditch the Reset Stamp. How many Reset Stamp am I down? Down 1. Sorry, Welder. You know, if my game plan works out, I don't even need Welder, so I'll just do Massive Bloom, and they have to take a knockout. If they don't knock out my Mewtwo and Mew and they hit into it, that would be really bad for them. Because if they hit into it, then I can use Outrage. So they need to take a knockout is... Oh, please don't hit my Auroras. My whole game plan. Oh, there you go. There's another one. They always have at least 2. Please flip tails again. Oh, I'm a pro player. Okay, so they have an energy where they don't want an energy. I don't think this is going to play Energy Switch if they have Crushing Hammer. Are you kidding me? The freaking Power Plant. Well, I didn't get rid of Marshadow at least, so that's good. And Mewtwo has a 2 retreat cost, so I can retreat into the Sirfetch'd. So then, well, they can't knock me out. I know that for sure. Oh, come on. Power Plant and 3 Crushing Hammer in a turn? Are you kidding me? So I just need to bosses. I mean, they're not hitting me, so I can just bosses the Crobat. And then what do I do? Okay, so I bosses the Crobat. That is cool. I regret getting rid of the Reshiram at this moment. And yeah, so I'll bosses Crobat. They will need to put another Crobat down if they want to really do anything. And yeah, I guess I just attack. Oh, the Power Plant is down. Forgot about that. The Power Plant is down. Oh, that's my bad. Okay, well, you know, you don't think about Power Plant. So I think I just attach to the Sirfetch'd. What's the energy situation looking like? Energy situation is fine. Let's just retreat. There's Naganadel. So Dedenne does not have its abilities right now. I have to be aware of that. Dedenne does not have its Dedenne-ness right now. So that is something to remember. And just, come on, you never see Power Plant. Why are they playing Power Plant? You know, is Dedenne really that of a big of an issue for Eternatus? Is Mewtwo's not a problem for this deck? We all know Mewtwo's not a problem. You're playing Power Plant. That is just the worst. You know, I don't think I can never fault anyone for playing Mewtwo and being like, oh, I forgot about Power Plant. Who's playing Power Plant these days? Only decks that I face when I'm playing Mewtwo, apparently, because that Braixen and Charizard and Braixen deck, it played Power Plant and that just ruined everything. And then an Eternatus deck with Power Plant, like, I get that it doesn't play any GXs and it's actually a really good card, but when you're playing Mewtwo and your opponent drops a Power Plant and you don't immediately have a response, it's like, come on. That's just PTCGO trolling me, not my opponent. That's PTCGO facing me up against someone with a Power Plant. I mean, my last 100 games, I think I've seen Power Plant twice, and I was playing Mewtwo both times. That's PTCGO trolling you right there. Okay. So do I go for the knockout? I mean, I kind of have to, right? Because, I mean, one of my next 3 cards has to be an Aurora Energy. That's what I'm saying. Or I can just put up the Mewtwo and Mew and go, nah, I'm feeling risky. If this doesn't work, the video will end on a... Did they seriously just concede when I didn't have it? Well, let's assume we live in a fantasy land where I got the Aurora Energy, I knocked out their Eternatus, I went down to one prize, they had no answer. They had no answer to this Sirfetch'd Meteor Smash, 200 damage. They assumed I had it. I did not have it. So Dark Link, if you're watching this video, I didn't have it. So I think they just assumed I had it. I would have attached Aurora if I got it off those 3 cards on Welder. I didn't have Dedenne, so that would have been really bad. If I'd drawn Crobat, I wouldn't be able to use it because I had a full hand. So that was kind of a crazy finish. Not expecting that. But I think I prized an Aurora, so I had, 1 left in my deck? So it would have been really close. I'm taking it. You're going to see this video, or you're going to see this match, because I've just had the worst luck. Who plays Power Plant? So I'm going to end the video here. I'll leave all the links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.